Life is too short to not make more friends. While there are different ways to communicate with people, keep in touch in the modern era, one of my all-time favorite rituals is to actually keep a pen pal or more. I think I currently have about 8 or 9. Throughout this video, I'll be giving my reasons as to why I absolutely adore pen paling, why you should do it too, and also a few how-tos and tips if you've never written a letter before. Let's begin. Even though I would consider myself a pretty good texter, I often find myself bored or dissatisfied with the way that I communicate with some of my friends. Practicing my writing and exchanging letters with people has really allowed myself to take the time to develop my thoughts, put them down on paper, just get in touch with my creative side a little bit. Putting a letter together is a very intentional love language because, you know, you sit down, you write the letter. It takes about an hour, hour and a half, and that's a big chunk of time if you think about how busy our days are. Side note, I recently saw this thing where they were saying that they've never seen their friend's handwriting before, or something like it's so rare to see your friend's handwriting these days because of how little we actually tend to write. Again, another great reason to have a pen pal is you actually do get to see people's handwriting. It's almost this kind of unspoken intimacy between two people where you might have never even heard their voice, but through their writing, through the way they construct their narrative to you, you get to learn more about them. If you're someone who loves to make any kind of art, if you love to decorate, personalize the shit out of everything, you would probably love this hobby. You can literally get all the stickers, all the materials, try out new things, try out stamps, ribbons, handcrafted zines, and send them to your pen pals. Not only are you exercising your mind and your eye for creativity or the little details, you're also directly working with materials, meaning it's not all in your head, like you're actually practicing that craft. I also love this because I'm a bit of a stationery hoarder, so any excuse I get to buy a new set of stickers or a set of stamps, I take because I can actually use them and I don't have to just have them sit there for the rest of my life. Shout out to my friend Jess for making this cute little clown trinket. I love him so much. But that's just one of those examples of things you or your friends can send each other. It's great. So this applies to any friend you make in general, but if you do happen to make international or interstate friends, great opportunity to learn more about their city, their country, their culture, their family structure, and also great opportunity if you ever want to travel there. Think about it. I've met one of my pen pals so far. I met actually my first pen pal ever, Jamie, who lives in Dundee, Scotland. And 2 summers ago, I actually went to Scotland and we met up, and it was so sweet. Even though I think we were pretty new at the time, we still exchange letters to this day, but actually meeting the person, like at least once in your life, is crazy. If you really want to go somewhere, why not make a pen pal there? You will already have a connection when you get off the plane. You will already have someone you can meet up with, so you won't feel alone, especially if you're solo traveling. In terms of finding pen pals, social media is not a terrible place. It can be a little intimidating, but my only and best experience has been Instagram. There is a creator, Martina Martian, who will often make posts where you can put your bio and what you're looking for in the comments, and people can respond to you, you can respond to them, and you can DM each other and send each other your details should you decide to be pen pals with them. I've done this with a few people and it's worked really well. My friend Jess, who gave me that clown trinket earlier, that's who I met through that post. So definitely a good choice if you don't know where to start. I would say it's a safe bet. The other one I would highly recommend is actually a website called Global Pen Friends. So you can make a free account and set up your profile, and it works kind of like a dating app, you know, like you can filter who you want to see, age, gender, whatever, and you can reach out to people or send them like a like to let them know you're interested, and they can get back to you. I would say it's pretty safe, and again, you do get that like discretion, or you get that barrier of being able to approve or like back whoever likes you. In terms of starting your first letter or pen paling in general, you really don't need that much. I try to recycle my materials as much as I can. I use paper from half-filled notebooks from school, just so that I don't go out and like buy a bunch of new paper. Also, I will often thrift my envelopes. I've found a lot at certain estate sales, especially, for like super cheap. To write your first letter, so I would usually put my, a little bit about myself in the beginning, maybe the half of the first page, and then I try to ask a lot of questions, especially in my first letter, trying to get to know a little bit about them, music, or what they like to read or watch, or what are they into in general, where do they, things like that would be easy for them to get back to you with, and it's not too deep. Once you're done with your main letter, this is kind of my favorite part. This is where you can include little goodies in your envelope. So anything like tea bags, postcards, any kind of cutouts. And for the cutouts, I have found a lot of good stuff, again, in thrift stores. It's so fun to go through those because you can literally pick and choose maybe what calls to you or what reminds you of your pen pal. So once you're done with your main letter and your goodies, you're going to grab your envelope, put everything inside, seal it. Sometimes I need to use tape to secure, especially like when the wax doesn't work anymore. And if you're feeling fancy, you could also use one of those wax seals for a nice finish. You're going to turn your envelope to the front and place your name and address in the top left corner, and your pen pal's name and address in the center or the right side. Lastly, you're going to slap that stamp on and you're good to go. I try to keep my letters at or under an ounce, just because that's what one stamp will cover. If you're also feeling extra, you can decorate the envelope itself. I tend to draw little things on the back, and this is also where I love to put my stamps to use, so that could be a really nice touch, and it makes your letter look just a little special. But also, if you feel like you don't want to do it on the main shipping envelope, you could also do it on another envelope and then put that inside the official one. So I've done that a few times, and I'll post some examples of some of the ones I've done. And that's it, really. And if this inspires anybody to actually begin, kudos to you and good luck. I'm happy to answer any questions as well. And I hope this was informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye-bye.